You and Cube. You and Cube are two of the greatest GOATs out there. And you guys are true partners, professionally as well as personally, right? You guys collaborated on the BIG3, correct?
Yep.
Which is, still a huge move in my eyes, man. Feels a need after the NBA season, even though there wasn't an NBA season concluded this year, but even still, it also allows people who still have basketball in their hearts to continue with their passion, doing what they love for a living, even after the NBA may say, all right, y'all, we done with you. So that's, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it goes back to this. It's like, Tip, listen, we gotta learn to love our own.
That's right.
Some of those players, when you see Bonzi Wells and when you see, different dudes out there playing in the BIG3, it's like, yo, man, in a lot of ways, they're treated like, like rap artists who maybe aren't at the top of the charts currently, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's like we want to still see them. We still believe in them. We still love them.
That's
and prior to what Cube did with the BIG3 and prior to what I was doing with Rock the Bells, a lot of our heroes, either in hip hop or in sports, were basically written off once they were no longer in the immediate spotlight of the current moment. That's not right, because it doesn't happen to other genres.
It don't happen nowhere else.
Get to live. The other athletes, they get to live. My thing is, give people a platform and an opportunity and a chance to live and succeed, and let us continue to love our heroes. We shouldn't have to belittle ourselves once we're no longer doing something in the current moment. We should be able to continue and be great. And that's why I respect Cube so much for the BIG3. That was Cube's idea. I was just one of the investors. But
that's right.
I respect what he did with that. And when he called me up, he's like, yo, you want to get down? You want to put something in? I was like, I wrote a check. I couldn't write a check fast enough because I wanted to see him succeed, and I want to see that dream succeed. And that's why he has my full support. And the same thing with rockthebells.com, man. It's like, yo, I want to see these artists really have fans. Like, Public Enemy really has fans.
True.
It is not we are not saying by any means that I'm like, do I want to like downplay what the youngsters are doing? I'm not even one of them type of OGs. I'm not even in that zone. Like I like to see youngsters. I want to see your rubber band snapping crazy, baby. I want to see you do it. Please believe it. I want to see it. Your man, he loves to see it. But I also want to see us continue to man up. And, it's nothing better. When I was a young boy, nothing made me feel better than seeing one of my heroes still doing good and feeling good. Like it filled me with pride. You know what I'm saying? And I remember that feeling and want to keep it going.
Now, you and Q, you partnered on the BIG3, but you also were part of a dynamic group of investors that were bidding for the regional sports television network.
Yeah.
What happened with that? How did that work out?
Well, the RSNs, we put a group together. Myself, Cube, Jeff Quatness, we put a group together. We came up with something like $9 billion, somewhere in that order, somewhere around that. And we had to jump through a lot more hoops than people would like to admit. I mean, So you found out along the way that it's going to take a little more than money. It's going to take more than money. It's going to take more than money. And, some of the timing was a little funky, but it really was. We just had to go through a lot more hoops. And it really boiled down to that issue. The systemic issue. That systemic issue was tough. And when me and Q made that announcement, there was a lot of people that just said, no way. You know what I'm saying? Not understanding that we were going to be there. Like, we want to do things that America's going to love.
Right.
Like, when we think about doing television stations and when we think about doing channels, and when we think about doing all these things, I'm thinking about things that are going to be great for the world and great for our country and great for our people too, but great for everybody. I'm not looking to hurt what we're doing. And I think but that's a matter of trust and time. But I tell you one thing, T, I think that the game has changed, and I bet you in the future, moving forward, you're going to see them announcements be a little different